Thank you very much. I leave the stage unto you.
Tremendous grace and beauty I can see in all of you. Each time when I'm looking in the eyes of someone else is completely reflecting also myself. So I say always, this is not first time that we are together. There is not reason, if not why we are here. Some way part, big part of our life is just for remember what is our house, not where is our house, what is, not who we are, if not what we are. And this cannot happen only when we are together, because divinity, it is not split. Divinity is when we are in common in a place. So for this reason, I was so glad and accept the invitation. How not come to remember what is my house? Why not come to remember what I am? Why not come to be divinity together? So this reason is one here today. Yes. And overall, my moment with you, it is not to teach you something. I always say the same. I like to know that you are not coming here like a student. I like to remember that I am not here like a teacher. But this kind of things is happening in my mind, in my feelings. Is overall the moment when you are able not only to understand everything what is happening, because to understand you just take a book and you can understand or learn many things, but to come in comprehension we must be together. And I know that always there is many questions in mind that sometimes alone we are not able to listen the answer, but the answer is always cosmos all the time is talking us, but sometimes we cannot listen, but the answer exists. And sometimes you can perceive the answer in the nature. Sometimes you can listen the answer from someone else. And usually this is my function. So I'm so glad because I'm here to listen your questions. But when you are asking something, it's like it is not only a question. You are showing yourself. Your question for me is a lot of things. It is not only that I must to answer you. No, your question is showing me what you are. And in the same way, my answer is showing you what I am too. We cannot avoid that. This is interaction. Yes. And how you well know, this is not a conference. Far of that. Yes, this is a talk altogether. So I want to know what is coming to your mind before you be here. Not now, before you come here. Because this is why you are here. You are not coming here for nothing. There is something there. I want to know what is. Okay? Not be shy. Tell me.
ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿ.
I came here to meet you. I have been coming here and I learn a lot from Satyaji. So in my mind I was thinking that like you are an answer to the problem of the world. Like the way you were living like before. Like now after Satyaji told me, I understood what you are going through right now. Because you got recognition from the world as a you don't consume anything, you don't take water, you don't eat. So that is how. So I was thinking that here is a person who is an answer to the whole world problem. Like if all the wars, all those things like in the life we are struggling, it is because of that. Because we need to eat, we need shelter, we need to take care of ourselves, right? So and you are able to maybe because of Babaji's blessing, or maybe because of your perception, whatever it is, you are able to outgrow that. So I was thinking, so I just wanted to come and meet you here. And also I feel many things we also perceive, but that perception will not get applied in life because of the situations where I live. I don't know whether I'm conveying correctly or not. So I want to know how you do that.
Sometime in some moment when you less do, it's more acceptable for the life. Usually when people have a problem, there is two options. Or you are going to do everything to solve that, or you are just in shock and not reaction. For me, to make a lot of things, it is not a great music for me. And to be in shock and not act in front of some kind of problem is nothing at all too.
Sorry, I'm not getting what you are telling. Maybe some other way of.
Not interruption, please.
Sorry.
I not finish, right? Because if you interrupt me,
Sorry.
I don't know what I'm able. I want to tell you something and it was going. I don't know what to tell you now. I try to back, okay? So, for this reason, if there is in my life a complicity, I am not doing so much. Who I am to do something in front of the life. Who you are to try to change the direction of the destiny. When the problem is there, it is not because you need to solve, or it is not because you must to avoid that. No. You know, you have a pilgrimage. Everyone has a pilgrimage. And in the middle of your pilgrimage, there is all the time a lot of stone, a lot of trees. There is a river that is crossing your pilgrimage. But you know where you must go, and you must cross the river. I don't know how you will do that. Everyone have different kind of abilities. In this case, my ability to go of this pilgrimage is quite different to yours. I cannot tell you how you must to cross the river, because this is not my function. I can tell you there is a pilgrimage, there is a stone, there is very dangerous animals around, there is a river so strong. So, but you don't need to solve that. You must to transpass that. Go. Yes, there is something that is waiting for you. If in your pilgrimage you want to try to cross the river and the river is taking you, you cannot resist that. You cannot go against to the nature. The river is marking you your road, and maybe by the river you arrive soon and fast to your destiny. Yes? But the world is how you are now. If in your mind there is not so much complexity, you can see the world in the same way too. But if inside here there is a lot of problems, of course the world is a place where you must to solve everything. So maybe you were listening that before. We don't need to solve nothing outside, but the mind is requiring you solve something in yourself. But you must remember too that the mind is so for a child. You know? She is always very afraid. And this is the most beautiful that can happen, because you are not the mind. You are looking from outside of your body. For this reason, when the mind is so afraid and so fragile, we have that tremendous complexity that she can manipulate you, that she can control you, but she cannot do that. Yes, you must remember that you are not that. In this way, problems in your mind disappear. In this way, this complexity in the world, you will be not able anymore to see. You know? Because usually I am traveling a little, you know? But if I am listening my mind, I will be afraid all the time. No, I cannot go to the airport. I cannot go to the airplane if happens some accident. I cannot go to India. Imagine what. I cannot move from my house because I am looking the world negatively. And for me, the world is not negative at all. It's so positive, you know. And when I open my eyes in the morning, I'm very positive until the night. Even if I have a complex day, you know, but complexities overall is coming from outside. And we must to try to, not try, we must to transform all negativity in something positive, because this is the usual. So the life is making all the possible for you here in your life. But now we must to make the impossible for make something beauty of this possibility. And life is making all possible. And in the possibilities there is the negativity. This is normal in this world. We are transforming that, we are making all positive, and we are making the impossible. Yeah? So that is what I can tell you about. That is just not an answer, because it's not an answer. You are asking me how is in my life, how is for me. For me it's in this way. It's not an answer for you, it's just showing you how I am living, you know. And it is not about if I am eating or not. It is not coming to the question that, you know. But of course, 100% is about Babaji, my life in relation here. But we were talking about when appeared this question. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
More questions, tell me. What was coming to your mind before come to our meeting? Yeah.
What's your experience with Baba? You can explain about it.
Yes.
Outside Baba.
Yes. For me, Babaji, it is not something about what I must to believe. I cannot believe in Babaji. Because I have experience with Babaji. And you cannot believe in your experience. It's not possible. You know, you trust in your experience because it's something real, it's something concrete. And many memories of your experience is in your psychological space is alive. It is not something dead. It is not something about what you must believe. So I trust Babaji by experience. And I am not telling you that because it's something that I was reaching. It is not a goal for me. In fact, in this life, I was not looking for him. But he was coming to me. When he is going to someone, he is looking himself in another person to remind what is possible to do here. And in this way, there is many aspects of Babaji in different lineage, with different masters, with different gurus. So, the first experience that I have with him in these alive memories was in this body, right? It was around my 4 years old. And he always like appear when I am going to sleep in the night. For this reason, when people is speaking about darkness and how afraid you can be there, for me this is pure luminous moment. and I not make a relation between darkness and negative. For me, darkness is so brilliant, so positive, because Babaji is coming from there. Yes. When you are looking his black eyes, you can see the cosmos immediately. And Babaji don't need to say a singular word. Presence is enough, you know? And you cannot speak in front of this presence. There is not word going out. So this was my first moment with him in this body. I always must to clarify in this moment, in this body, or in previous life. This is a complexity that you have when you remember previous life. So I must to take to my mind just in this body, or for this reason I think that. So he never say nothing in these first years when I was child. But what's happening that times that he was coming, I was full of enjoyment. And consequently, after this meeting with him, that it was few minutes in the night, for many weeks after I was not able to take any kind of food, because my heart, it was happiness is nothing to do about my feeling. Happiness is nothing. Happiness is just a mood to be happy. You can be happy 1 hour, 2 hours, but not the full day. So this is beyond of mood, the feeling, or this is beyond to a feeling. And in this way was happening than many years. And between this lapses of years, also many things was happening in my life. So it is not only about how is my relationship with him. My Babaji relationship is my life. I can see Babaji in you, in everyone here, in everything what I am touching, you know. And when I am talking in front of the river, in front of a tree, that for me is direct relation with Babaji. Because when he is coming to you, he's showing you that it is not enough his presence. He's so humble. He is not showing himself like a master or many books can introduce to Babaji. Babaji is very simple. And he is not putting himself in high levels how a book can show you. Sometimes when we are reading super incredible things about him, can be of course, but he is something else. And I like to remember him when I am not direct in contact with him, how his humbleness is making his being so big. This is what is making a great master. Yes, by his simplicity, and by his small movement. And he has the ability to appear here in physical body, and he can appear in the other side of the world in physical body. I am from America, the part of Argentina. Yes? It's so far away from here. And he was coming to Buenos Aires. But he's not realizing the world about countries. For him doesn't exist India, Argentina, USA, Bali, Russia. This is his place. This is our planet. He can move because he has not lived instantly where he would, but he is alive. And he was coming to me in physical body many times. So during many years he appeared in my room in the darkness, in the beauty of darkness, just and look at me. Nothing else. He didn't say, he didn't pronounce word at all. But I was perceiving many things. In the beginning I was a little afraid because the mind, it was forced to start to my being in this body, start to remember. And our mind don't want to remember. There is a program there where it is not necessary to remember, because now you are able to start to learn, to understand new things, new experience, and make many mistakes. But when you start to remember, it's beyond the program. Remember is part of the divinity. Yes? And when we start to remember, suddenly your life is changing. I was not always just meeting with people, speaking, meditation. No, my life was very different. I have a great job, working very well in Buenos Aires, but with that divinity touch me and start to remember, I couldn't continue with the same life. Not possible. It's beyond that. Divinity and your memories, when it's happening that, is because something special is touching you. There is not more ordinary life. Or, of course, when something is not more ordinary, when it's special. When it's special, when divinity is touching you, it's something special. It's not happening every day, And then Babaji started to talk to me not more than 6 years ago. But this is more personal, and but according what he is talking me, is the way that Mahavatar Babaji heritage lineage is opening slowly, and following his steps, not try to make something different of Babaji, not show to Babaji like a Superman, because he's not a man, even that he have a body. He's something else. Yes. So, and in some way, this is part of my function. showing what really Babaji is, not what he is not what the mind can create about a super power heart mind. Yes, he belongs to the supra consciousness. Yeah? And but it's very strange because his supra consciousness is inside of a body, and the body sometimes cannot maintain this energy. Not everyone can make that. I cannot make that. I cannot speak about you, but this energy is so powerful, be inside of one body, that he is able to do that. Why? Because he is Babaji. And I know many people around the world who want to copy Babaji. They want to be like Babaji. We can be consequences, and this is a lot. We can be happy just as that, but not copy him. And what happened, that is where appear the devotion, and it's so good. So if you have specific question, is better, because we speak about experience about Babaji, there is a lot, I don't know what to tell you. But if you are asking me concretely, it's more easy for my mind. Yeah. Tell me.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಾಬಾಜಿ ಈ ಥರ ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಥಾಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾವ ಐಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
If you are not asking me, it's because you know Babaji so much. You I'm happy for you.
ಯಾವ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳೋ ಭಯ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಬಂದು
I'm here because I'm curious. A couple of years back, I was talking to Satyaji, and he explained your life to me. And when I came to know that you are coming here, I was curious to meet you. I mean, this is not conventional by any means, right? So, India has a structure of spiritual life. I mean, for aeons, God knows when. So there is a structure. There is there's a concrete way. Also, there are like different ways, different traditions. So you can choose whatever to take up a spiritual life or anything. But I was curious that you are somewhere on from the other part of the world, and you have had divine experiences, and you have been traveling around in this conquest. So it's the basic drive was curiosity to meet you. But from the couple of conversations you just started, so you are talking about the journey. So I'm just again I'm curious to know, is it more like going with the flow, as in where the journey takes you, or is it like a destiny that you perceive it, like it's there and you are going, and it's not like you control or put any input into it?
Many things.
Mm-hmm.
You are very curious person. I understand about what you are talking. Must be choose some moment which pilgrimage you are making. this is very mental.
Mm.
When you are going out of this body, there is not more lineage, there is not any more religion, there is not. So I am not telling you that you need to live something that is still is not happening. Because the other side, there is not names, there is not masters, but always there is the one who are or what is taking us here. What happened is that during centuries and centuries, the mind started to split the divinity. I don't know why. And what happened that people is against to everyone. Oh, you are India, you are Muslim, you are Judaist, you are Catholic, everything fighting. This is not the pilgrimage of God. This is totally different. Absolutely contrary. And only people can create this kind of things. And it is not only in India that there is many lineage that after people are against to everyone. It's in all around the world. And there is not a specific instruction about how to be in the feet of Krishna. Krishna is there. If you want to make a route very long, you run 40 years until arrive there, you can make, it's your life. But you can go walking directly to the feet of Babaji without any lineage too. Or they can visit you when you allow them visit. And in fact, so many times people say, yes, I have a lot of imagination that someone is coming, visit me, and I didn't say nothing, no? But sometimes it's not imagination, that it's happening. But religion, lineage, all these kind of things is going to us separate so much of the divinity. These kind of things are creating separation. And this separation, because if you are in some lineage, in some religion, really you are making that because you really believe in that is the best for you. This is the problem, belief. Be a believer is very complex. Not complex, in fact it's difficult because it's very far away, trust really. And belief is taking all that space. So what I want to tell you is that this kind of lineage and separation between people are creating the need of connection. You need to connect with some God. And this is what is happening. What it means connection, you know? Connection is separation. With the idea that you have to connect, this idea is separation. Connection is separation. You don't need to connect with nothing because you are not separating of nothing too. So that is what is happening about what you are talking. I am not separating of nothing. So in this way, you will be less curious. Because in Argentina, in Spain also, we say the curiosity killed the cat. You know, when less curious, better. You are not going there because curiosity. There is another motivation to move you to some place. It's not only curiosity. You know, you must think a little bit about that. Yes, I know that also. For me, it's very personal. I don't like that curious. But it's not about you, of course. It's not, because it means many, many different things, like curious. And because curiosity is going to some place, do that and go. Another place, go to. Take a little bit, no. There is another motivation. Yes. You are not going to some, I don't know, lineage only for curiosity. It's not possible, you know. So where you are going to some kind of religion or lineage, because you are speaking about that, which is your motivation. So my idea for to be here, it is not for pronounce my being here, because it is not about me. Even I didn't introduce myself with you, because I am not interested in introduce myself. It's not important for me that, you know. But I like to speak about a common sense between us, and this is making so strong the moment. We cannot be boring in this way, you know. Thank you. What more question about? Not only about Babaji, about what you want. I like
See here,
The wisdom.
many are here. They are trying to have a regular routine, and they want to practice spiritual
Oh.
practices of their own.
Yes.
But most of them, they are facing utter laziness to start with.
Ah.
So how to win over that?
In you know, there is many practice, there is many technique according someone. And now maybe you are making practice, you are developing different kind of techniques about someone that you didn't know, because this technique and this practice is coming since centuries and centuries. It is not something new. I think that there is not new technique at all. There is not new practice. People are going to remember and remember, and they create that, oh, this is something new, I will share that. If you are going to share that, people must to know you. And this is about what? If I want that, but first I want to see him, I want to speak with him. This technique, whatever can be, doesn't belong to me. And it is not important for you. Know me, listen to me. Your, how to say, your individual progress is beyond me. I can be next to you, I'm happy. But in some moment I will be not. here. What you will do? You will find another one, new techniques, new practice. The life never finish in congruence in this way. It's nice when you listen, okay, different practice, different technique, but really when you resonate with that, try not to know who was taking that to the earth. Try to be in the practice, because we are people who just bring that and show this is the function, nothing else. Yeah? But what is specifically about? Tell me. I want to.
ಕೇಳಿದೆ
Okay. How to be progressing in spiritual journey?
Okay.
Being a homemaker or householder, like I have kids and material things to kind of take care. How to be spiritually progressive enough, or constantly parallel to my material world, engagements.
Yes.
How can I manage that?
Right. For your individual progress, spiritual, there is many ways. In someone, people can support you, for you have a impulse, no, to reach that. There is two easy ways, but after there is also your attention and your occupation in that. The first way is when the Swami blessing you. When the Swami is blessing you, your spiritual progress, not your spiritual progress, no. What you want to reach, you will reach, because the Swami is blessing you, and the blessing is for your spiritual progress. Yes? And then there is another thing, that is the darshan. The darshan cannot give you the Swami. The darshan is giving you the Guru. But the darshan, it is not for your spiritual progress. The darshan, it is not, because blessing is coming from this world, for developing something that you want so much in your spirituality. But darshan is from another dimension. Yes. So in this case, anyway, both can accompany you. But the blessing is a good step for starting. Now, taking your question in different way, with different eyes. You are always spiritual. Doesn't matter what you are doing. If you are playing football, or if you are even in the ashram, or even if you are the guru, doesn't matter. You are spiritual. You don't need to do nothing for to be spiritual, or for to be more spiritual. It's not relevant, you know. For this reason, this question is very complex for me. You know, it's complex because why developing my spirituality? It is not at school, it is not at university, it is nothing to do about levels, right? So, but when you are spiritual, you are able, and again, I must be redundant, but it's very important, when you are spiritual, you are more and more able to remember. Yes, I don't know who have here experience with previous life. telling you that you remember all your past. Just someone have experienced one time in life about some real memory come.
But how can we be sure that it is from that?
Oh, sorry.
See, generally it might come when we are dreaming or something. So how can we be sure that it is from that?
No,
It
it's
is
not.
so. It is dream then.
It is not about how you can make that. You cannot make that. This is coming to you.
That's what.
For this reason, I am asking. No about how to do. No, there is nothing how to do. If someone was receiving some memory, so this is a question for you. Not one yet. Not one yet.
Okay, I don't know if this fits what I'm answering. To your question, I have experiences as when I go to a place,
Mm.
many a place, I feel that I have been here before,
Right.
okay, and I have never been before there, before that time. You know, I have experienced that, and I have shared it with Satyana also.
You
I mean,
was there, so
I
definitely.
would be there for the first time,
Uh-huh.
but when I go to that place, I feel it is something which is familiar.
Oh,
You know, I have experienced that in many places that I went.
okay. In this way is working in you. Like visual moment is more for a child. Your mind are able to accept and receive that in this way. And so this is a lot. But okay, when it's happening that, in the moment when it's happening that, you cannot think in develop your spirituality because you are already done with your spirituality. What you or we can do here in this body with our spirituality is maintaining cleaning every day, cleaning. Right? Because if not, memories is going to be full of rubbish. And when there is a lot of rubbish, you cannot see what is in the other side. So this, yes. But anyway, of course, I understand well your question. I know about what you are talking. But I'm trying to give you an answer beyond to some text or book, because I can answer in many different ways, but everyone repeats the same.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, just to kind of set the context, right? Being more specific, for me, when you said there is a pilgrimage that we all kind of embark onto, right? For anybody, the pilgrimage knowledge or introduction would be done by
Right.
someone initially, right? We
Right.
are kind of scattered around everywhere. Someone kind of brings us and says there is a pilgrimage, and I have taken that. Maybe
Right.
Mr. Harish sir, who is sitting here, made me understand what a pilgrimage is. You know, I am a primary school student for him, so
Right.
he made me understand what pilgrimage is. Okay, and probably by God's grace, we are all together here, destined. Satyana kind of made me comprehend what pilgrimage is, right? And maybe, I mean, these are things which makes me feel that I'm destined to be here, talking to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
We are. For
that is where I am.
Yes, I
Okay,
understand.
so if
Yes.
you kind of want to answer the question, what spiritual progress can be in engagement with materialistic world parallelly, this is where I am, and if you could kind of
Ah.
help me.
Right, right. When Babaji come, if it's for me, I can visit him every day, but I have no this ability. But when he is coming sometime, is a moment where I can be utterly, completely, absolutely empty. Emptiness for me is a great progress in the moment of my spirituality. But I am not speaking about emptiness when you are with nothing. This emptiness is different. This emptiness is full of me. When I am full of me, I cannot be more right now of that. And I have not the ambitions for to be more, because there is no need. Many things in this life are creating need to you. But sometimes your mind break and, but I don't need that. It already exists. If it's in me, it's blah, blah, blah. For my experience is that emptiness full of me or full of what is full in me. Yes? Can be knowledge, I understand. Can be wisdom, I understand. But not in the way of information. Because information is not transcendental.
Yes.
You know? So there is emptiness spaces where there is nothing about what the mind can explain that is transcendental. This categorically I can tell you that is coming with me forever. You know? Other things for me is not quite important, but I respect so much. In fact, I am always with another gurus and with many swamis. We are together. They hug me. They want all the time with them in different places, and I in love with that. And they know how I am not thinking, because this is not about one idea. When you have idea of something, it's very complex. Be clear with yourself sometimes, because you are taking the idea of something, and under this idea you are proceeding. When you are proceeding under some idea, your act is according to that. Is great. So between the swamis, between the gurus, everyone have different idea, different manner for to go to some place. But everyone anyway will arrive to the same place. Doesn't matter, you know. Yes, thank you for
Thank
you. So yeah.
How is your experience in India from past one day? And in India, we call upon God through songs and bhajans. We dance. Do you also like to do so?
I want to do everything in this life. I want experience in everything. I never say, no. Babaji visit me, I cannot do that. No. Because Babaji visit me, I can do everything. Yes, and my experience in India. Oh, I am coming here since many years. You know, always is so wonderful, especially when there is not a circus around me. You understand? When it's like in this way familiar, I enjoy so much. But when there is a circus, okay, I can be for support another people, but I am not enjoy so much, you know. So I have many. How you can see, I have different kind of experience in India. In the TV show, one experience, not so enjoyable for me personally. In another events, another experience. Not so enjoyable, but this kind of meeting is more enjoyable for me. You know, I don't need to care my words. Sometimes it was happening many times here in India in different satsang, and someone tell me, "Shh, you cannot say that here." And I say, yes, you're right, I understand. I will not say again to the next satsang. And this is my experience here because I am not brutal one who is in this way. I am very flexible and I try to adapt where I am and with who I am, but always being who I am too. I am never change how I am, you know, always the same person because of the personality, but also the same being. But overall, over all these kind of things, my temperament is so present. If my temperament is so present, it's difficult people control me, you know, because if my personality is present, everyone can control, everyone can change me, but my temperament, not one can modify. I am going where I must to be, you know, and it's very nice experience here. Everyone is a different world, you know, and I like to adapt my being to different world. I am not changing, but I adapt to different world. I was in Korea, now I'm here. Next week I am in Germany. Different culture, different manner to perceive the reality, and I need to adapt my way to speak for people can understand a little bit about what I am talking. You know, here we can be more open. In Finland, I must to be more. In Sweden, in Sweden, they are speaking always about money, so it's very difficult inside there. But they are calling me. This is a very good singer. And it is not because money is bad, no, it's so good. I like so much. But it is not that unique topic. And for European mind, it's difficult to go out only about this topic. This is the material side. The world is there. You will say also. And here we are more open. One more.
What is your experience in Brahmavanam? If you want to say everything,
Which is
Brahmavanam and Satsang. What do you want to
This
very
place,
bad.
This
This
place is
place-
called Brahma.
Very bad.
Thank you.
And they give me a room. I am alone.
Yeah.
They are giving me tea every day. He is laughing all the time. No, it's terrible. I will not back.
So that's a good question.
Especially these ones. Oh my God.
Weatherman.
How you can be with these people
Oh,
here?
it was a horrible thing can happen to me.
um, when I received the proposed possibility, come here, it was not a question for me that I must to answer, you know. And he was sending me a copy of the screenshot about some, don't remember so well, but if there is a possibility, come here, be a couple of days, blah, blah. Immediately, I didn't think, I didn't choose about yes or not. There is not yes or not. I explain you something. I will make a parenthesis before to continue. We naturally have this ability to take decisions all the day. Since open the eyes in the morning until the night. All the time is decisions. You must to choose something. You must to judge everything constantly. Not all the day, even if you are, okay, not in meditation. In meditation you are not judging nothing at all. But except there, you are all the time taking decision. And usually you need to choose many options for what to do, where to do, with who to do. And sometimes these options, it is not coming from you. You have in your mind the idea that you are free, the idea that you choose what you want, but these options are not yours. This is very complex. Outside, the people, the politics, the government give to us the idea of freedom because we can choose what we want. But the options are from them. You know, it's not your option, but you must to choose. Okay, taking a reference that it was not what was happening here. I see the invitation and I say, I go direct. Not yes. I say no, I say I go. How many months? A lot of time ago. And I knew since a lot of time that I will be here in this place, and I knew far of my mind that I will be here with very bad people. Yes,
Especially
yes. So really, I'm so glad to for receive this invitation. Yes. Seriously, I was appreciating so much that, and thank you for inviting me.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for coming, but they are making so much noise. They asked us to be silent all the time.
Yes, it is very nice, the silence. But how we were speaking yesterday or before yesterday, it is not only make silence. It is not only to be with the idea of silence. It is not only one more it was not to speak. It's to be part of the silence. And we cannot be part we cannot be part of the silence only because we want. Because also it is not a desire, it is not about what we want. Even it is not a language. Silence are coming when silence wants to come. Usually happening after meditation, usually, you know. And doesn't matter which kind of technique of meditation you have, because I suppose that you know that meditation and silence are not the same. Yes, they are completely contrary, absolutely opposite. They are different at all. Yes, but meditation accompany us just for make our ordinary life in a special life. And how usually your special moment is in meditation is when silence can come to you. And you are, again, part of the silence. Yes, it's beyond us, beyond our decision. But again, I tell you, we can decide be in silence, but this is not be part of the silence. So for this reason, meditation, for this reason, the insistence of him for you make meditation, because when you are meditating, you are stimulating something, not only in your brain. You are taking memories. There is something that you cannot avoid. You cannot go away from that. Yes. So we are here for very little time, you know. But even that we are far off from home, we can remember home every day. And this is giving us inspiration. Yes. For this reason, the artist every day is painting, because have inspiration. It is not a work. The artist, it is not a work. You know? I was playing violin. I was musician, concertist of violin for many years. When I was feeling that play violin in a theater, it was a work, I was destroying my art. So yes, was that happen something like that, you know. Right. We can make 3 questions more. And if there is more, better. Yes.
Is there any message from Babaji to all of us?
Sorry?
Any message from Babaji to all of us? Please ask particular questions. Don't generalize anything. Please ask individual particular questions.
Yeah.
That will help you.
I think that be together, not you with me, no, or me with you, together. Be together is enough, you know, because my first words here, it was speaking about the divinity, and the divinity is growing and showing herself, for saying some way, when people are together, because this is be human. Human is coming, humanity is coming from there. You know, we cannot be alone. Even that to be alone is so good. I'm living alone completely. You know, far away now. But there is some days that I really need to be with people. It is not a need, but I feel that because I can perceive better myself. But I think both things. If Babaji's want to tell us something, is ability for to be together, not fight, also be with the ability to be alone, not fight with yourself too, because sometimes people is more aggressive when it's alone with their own self than when there is with some another. It is not real that people when it's together is aggressive, and people are not creating war when they are together. The war in the world is created by some people who are alone, some people who are not in divinity because they are not able to communicate with another one. This one I created a war. So for this reason, also when you are alone, be good with you, not create war. All the contrary, you know. So this is. But if you have a specific question for his sake, we can be more. Yeah.
In the universe, I mean, you said there is no partition between the countries, and we all are souls, and what is the purpose of is everybody is purpose is to feel the divinity, or how we connect to that individually, because everybody goes in a different path to reach the divinity. So how we can connect, like you said, you feel it, right? It doesn't it is not that we go, we have to feel it, no? So in that way, how we can get into that, I mean, particular direction to get
Okay.
into divinity.
Okay. Hmm. I want to understand. I am thinking. Um, I'm thinking in your question more in the answer. I never think in the answer. I think in the question. Can you tell me differently your question? I want to understand well.
She is trying to tell, when you told there is no individuality, it's only total. unit.
Right.
So, being I am an individual now, so how can I connect to that universal one?
Okay.
That is
okay.
the question.
Is that?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or is everybody's purpose is to connect to that path, because everybody have their their own
Yeah.
life. They'll have different what to say,
Path
achieve
to-
path
path.
to achieve, or
Right.
destiny.
Hmm. First of all, you must to take out from your vocabulary the word connection. Take out. Connection is separation. We are not separated. Not connection. I understand they are putting in your mind, in the school, in that, in everywhere, they put in your mind connection. Connection is not, connection is a dirty word. It's dirty. You don't need this word. You are not separating of nothing. You don't need to connect. This is one point. If you separate that, it's more easy come in comprehension with the divinity, because in the divinity there is no connection, because there is not separation. I think that this is part of the answer direct. There is no connection there. In another hand, you ask me, yes, everyone have different things for to do, different roles, different. We cannot control that. But we can coexist together. You know, we can coexist when we are coexisting with different people, it's like we are coexisting with different ideas. It's exactly the same because everyone have different ideas. But I want to be with you. We can coexist together even if we have different ideas. You know. Oh, I say you yesterday. When I come in usually to Europe, I'm in contact with Swami Vishwananda. We are together speaking all the time. And really we have very different ideas. But we can coexist because we think different. It is not that we are separate. All the contrary. When your ideas is completely different to another one, this is a potential friend who have different ideas. Who is telling you always, yes, yes, this is okay, yeah. I don't want a friend in this way. I want someone who tell me something different. And someone who tell me, what you say for me is wrong. This is a potential friend. With these people, I want to coexist. Yes, this is important, I think, you know? Because if not, we are going to be under the law of the society. High society, all people there. Middle society, all people there. Down society, why? We cannot follow that. For me, doesn't matter that one day I can be in a palace, another day I in place where people are not eating. People have not what to eat. So it's very in this way all the world, you know. So I want to coexist with everyone and with different ideas because everyone is different idea. There is nothing for to do. But in some place of you, there is something that is like outdoors for permit or not permit, the permission, you know. Sometimes this door must disappear. There is no key, there is no door, there is no window. No. Just be with the people, you know. Sometimes someone can hurt you. Sometimes someone cannot hurt you, but you feel pain. It's very strange, you know, because not one is making you something, but you are feeling something. Okay, between all these kind of things, you know, the wind is cleaning everything. For this reason, when there is a lot of people, everyone together can make meditate. Everyone together can waiting for the silence, even if there is different ideas, you know. If not, it's not possible to make something together. If not, there is not reason we together here, because here is happening exactly about what your question it was. Everyone is different here, but this is the way how we can coexist. Today I am answering you, but in your places or with your friend in your family, you are speaking too. It's the same, you know. I also, in some moment, I am going to listen. I am not talking all the time. I am so far of that, you know. So far, sometimes I come to speak, to some talk, to some conversation, in some way to some satsang that is a little different in some way. But I am not all the time speaking. Um, when I was musician, when you are making art, you are expressing yourself by the art that you are doing. Doesn't matter which kind of art, but you try to express yourself. When you are expressing yourself, sometimes you are not listening. You try to speak and speak and speak. When I was playing the violin, I was not listening. I was playing. People was coming to listen. For a lot of many years, 20 years, I was nearly in silence. After work a lot with the music, and so I was at time for speak a lot, people listening, and another time so long for listen, and another time for silence. And now I try to speak differently, not impose my words in front of you. It is not now in this way. Now it's very different. Conversation is different. So for this reason, when you are open the door and take out the door, this permission is constantly, and you can coexist better to the people. Not only when you are talking, you also must to listen what is happening. So this is for this reason I like your question. I like to listen, know you about the question. We can make the last question today.
Swamiji, how can we go beyond mind and body? Beyond mind and body, how can we go?
How?
Can we go beyond mind and body? Is there any technique like that?
I understand.
Yeah.
Why? Look, in my life, I was going out medical clinic 3 times out of the body. What it means, you can put that different names, I know, but I will tell you more for everyone understand. Anyway, we are all Indian here, so you will understand this. I was going out, or out was taking me of the body 3 times. The first time it was just for memories and remember. The second time I already know the route how to do. And the third time, it was the last time, I was perceiving that every time that I am going out of my body is more difficult to back. And I was trying not to do again until when I really want to transcendence of this body. That still is not the moment for. So I can tell you how to do that. But there is 2 parts. Because go out of the body belongs to another sphere, dimension. You have decisions at all in this dimension. But in the other dimension is your soul, who are able to accept you required in this dimension. I explained in this way. In my case, my soul required my spirit. The second time. The first time it was absolutely taking me. I didn't take any decision. The second time I was taking decision for make the same route and the soul allowed me. Yes. So is your not separation with your soul. This is the question. For you transit this route out of your body. How is? Always it is. Because everyone here, everyone are going to transcend. You know, we will be with this body, fortunately, not forever here. I'm very happy when I listen about that.
Yeah.
And the mind, how can we go beyond the mind?
No, it is not by the mind, exactly. Beyond is always beyond the mind. Your question is, your answer always. It is not mind. You cannot make the mind. I will tell you something about it. When you are doing something with the mind, there is many limits. And overall, these kind of limits are external. Doesn't belong to you because you are the being in your humanity more free that exists. For yourself, always you are the more free one that exists at all. Yes? But this mind have many limitations by the external and is here like implanted. There is many things that you are not able for to do. But it is not like you are not able for to do. Only your mind is not able for to do. Again, you are not the mind. It is not a problem, so, right? There is something that is beyond to the mind that is yourself. But the self, yourself like the being, that is your intelligence. You are utterly intelligence. Is beyond your mind, your intelligence. When you are intelligence, you are using, you are nearly touching the awareness. Yes? When you are more intelligent, you are more aware too. For this reason, with your mind and with your intellectuality, you cannot make that. Everything about your intellectuality doesn't belong to you. It's a dead book. The intellectuality have a lot of books inside, but doesn't belong to you. You didn't write that. You just read that. There is not experience there. Is dead. For this reason, what you say, beyond mind, not intellectuality, you cannot do anything there. In fact, there is people, intellectual, so high, that they cannot solve their life. Because they are very intellectual, but they have not experience. It is not because they are less intelligent, but with your intellectuality you cannot solve nothing. With your intelligence you can solve everything. So this is by your intelligence. For this reason I explained you that not confuse the mind with the intelligence, because it's different things. So different. Yes, intelligence, you are alive. So from where you are alive, you are able to do that. There is 2, 3 or 4 steps, very simple. First of all, your column sit like sitting like over your coccyx. You know coccyx is just understand coccyx? Sorry, my English is not good. So good. But you are sitting like your coccyx, and your column, spal, must to be right. Yes. We were speaking today about that.
Yeah.
Can you see that what I have here? I have two lines here, natural. Everyone can see? This is not a tattoo. This is for the energy of the prana. Yes, is here. This line is between my spal. The line of my spal, my coccyx, is this line here. The prana. I don't want to call the energy because everything is energy. It's enough. We are not battery. The energy never finish. We don't need to speak about energy. But we can speak about intensity. Intensity. According your intensity is the energy that you require. This is different. So intensity, all the intensity happen here. So for me, it was like a natural practice, and even it was not a technique that I was developing. I was remembering from previous life, sitting and practice and happening. Yes. For this reason, I always insist so much about less technique. The cosmos wants less technique to us. And we have more psychological space to remember many things. Yes? So, okay, you can sit, feel your coccyx, your spine. There is some kind of pranayamas that can help so much for that, you know, the art of the air in your body. This air in your body you are transforming in wind. You are making a wind in your body. You are touching different organs. Yes, even the air is ending until the diaphragm, but the organs have many abilities for move the air anyway. Okay. Kriyas, pranayama, you can choose the one that is more easy for you. The most easy. So you can make very warm your body by pranayama, yes. And just be there, not intentions. Okay, I want to explain you that. Sorry, everything is a lot, but because the words are creating a vision in our mind, I want to categorically separate. In this way, we can speak about the same. Yes. Intention is like when the mind have the ability to see something internally, but it's not that the mind is looking. There is a word for that. Do you remember which is this word? You are looking with your mind, but it's like you are imagining something by your mind, and these are creating a visualization, right? So when you have some visualization, it's exactly like that. When you hope about something, when you hope about something, it's always in the future, and never you will reach that. This is the same to intention. You have an intention. You have an intention just because it's not happening. It's because it's so far away from here. you know. So not intention, not visualization. Be in the body, not concentration. In this way, nothing can disturb you because you are not concentrating. Yes. Even for people who are studying and need to really put a lot of knowledge inside, when you less concentrate you are, more easy is for your brain. You can be in the middle of the city with a lot of noises, but if you are not concentrating, your study is coming inside very easy because nothing is disturbing you. For this reason, not concentration, not focus. Yes? And just, there is a word in English, I don't know, I want to everyone understand, that is longing. Longing is not what you want. It is not your desires. Your longing is something that is coming in your soul. So if this is not what you want, if this is not your desire, but if this is your longing, you will be able to. Is in the core of your soul that is your longing. Sometimes I have some longing that is not yours. Now I don't want to go. Sometimes I have some kind of longing, but it is not a hope. It's not something that I want to happen again. It's just something that I miss. That in some moment will back to me. Your longing is different, but you are going back there. If you are able to do that or not. Yes. But you must to know about from where it's coming that. Yes. If it's your longing, you can make. But the structure of your body have the capacity to make in line the exact intensity for you depart. Yes, you know, many yogis, they were able for go. Sometimes they were not able for back. Yes. And when you are going to do that, you must to know that you don't know if you will be able to back. You must to consider and see not how is your life now, if not what is your life now. Because sometimes your life is not only yourself, it's many things, you know. I am not talking about responsibility. This is another dirty word. I'm not talking about that. Some feelings, you know, that is your life. So you must to consider these kind of things. When in your intelligence, everything is over the table, and when it's clear for you from where is coming this call, you make. It's just that, you know, sometimes when you are with someone and yes, I need to buy something, blah, blah. Yes, take the bicycle and go. In this way I'm telling you, you sit and do. Like take the bicycle, you know. Because our body is like a device also. No, the device is like our body. Yes. And we are externalized. How to say this word? Externalize?
Yes.
Taken out? Yes. We are externalizing many things in device. For example, we have the ability of communicate telepathy. For this reason, the human invent the mobile phone. We have the ability for levitate. The human invade the fly, the airplane. Everything is coming from our abilities. And we are creating devices by what really we can do without that. So you have the ability for do that. Yes, I hope I can solve a little bit your question. You must to do from where it's coming, what is your life, and if I not, we'll see you next time. Good travel. Thank you. Namaskar. Very nice to see you. I hope we will meet again in some moment.
Yeah.
Yes?
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. I come to sleep again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chorus of word is.